pour libation for them. We do our own thing, and we solely believe it's subjective.
So you believe that because we had sorry about that conversation because he was.
No, I was enjoying it. It was entertaining.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't want to do that. Is because he was twisting Islam. Can you see the way that he was twisting it?
I understand
why he's doing that because he's trying to do certain things to make Islam look in a certain way. So you have to combat that in a certain way. Yeah.
They are not talking about God. Who is
They don't answer the question.
That's what happens here, isn't it? Like everyone's on the defensive about their own religion. They're just gonna.
It's about being sincere.
Yeah.
It's about being sincere and not twisting things. I didn't twist the Bible. If you go and watch that conversation, I didn't twist that. Right? I allow him to explain about the tribes doing evil things, the Midianites or the Amalekites. Right? It doesn't mean that you can take the children, kill the women, take the children. Right? So we will say that there is a creator of the universe.
Yeah, I believe in that.
Do you believe in only one creator or do you believe in many creators?
I believe in a creator. I don't know if there are one or many. I don't know. So the reason I say this is because African spiritualism, we work in the realms of only what we know. We don't try to guess something that we can't even reach. So you would say Allah is outside of creation, yes?
Yes.
Outside, totally removed, totally outside.
Yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, you can't show me something that's outside of what you know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's what we only worship and deify what we know. So that's why we give thanks to our ancestors because we know we won't be here without them. Nature, we are a product of nature, so we give thanks. That's all we do. We don't play the guessing game, Jesus, Allah, Yahweh. We don't even do that.
No, we will say that our lineage is important. Yes.
Say that again?
Lineage is important.
Religious?
Lineage.
Oh, lineage. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So lineage is important. That I know that because in Islam, you cannot. If I adopt a child, right, that child can never inherit from me. Why? Because that is an adopted child. It's not part of my lineage. So my parents or my family, it is important. However, we will say calling upon them when they're not alive. We will say this is shirk, meaning that because our ancestors cannot help us. They are dead. Anyone that dies is not worthy of being called upon because they are dead. A man, a woman, a tree, a statue, these things are limited and finite. They cannot help us. Because if they could not stop their own death, right, and they called upon something else, then they're not worthy of being called upon.
Right, I agree with that.
Because they're limited, yes?
But what I'm saying is, African spiritualism, we don't need a book. Everything is oral, it's passed down. So when you say that, they're not worthy of worship, we would also kind of disagree because their word can last forever, even though they're far removed from the earth. So when my forefathers said, treat others like you would want others to treat you, they're long gone, but I still apply that moral code today. So that is me giving thanks and acknowledging and adoring the words of yesterday. You understand? That's what we practice.
I understand your point, but there has to be revelation.
No, that's
there has to be revelation.
Okay, according to who said that? Why does there have to be a revelation?
Because why did the Creator create you, and what happens after you die? What is right and wrong? Because you're coming from a subjective point of view.
That's right, and I solely accept that.
But do you believe that there is absolute truth?
According to what a creator.
So it's universal, yes.
Okay.
That connects to the Creator. So it's not my opinion.
Do I believe it? Yes, I do.
Okay.
Do I know it exists? I don't know it exists.
Okay.
We're still trying to find out today. You understand that?
So we will say there has to be.
For example, me and you will not even disagree that 1 + 1 is 2. We won't disagree.
Okay. Yes.
Straight away. Now, on the concept of God, we would disagree. What would we?
It's because we have an objective reality that is universal. Anyone
From
around the world, from an objective perspective, because it is not my opinion. I'm not giving you my opinion because we have evidence for the Quran. Yes.
What evidence?
Excellent. So first and foremost, it is a criteria. First, the concept of the Creator. Your natural innate disposition would agree with the concept of the Creator, that Allah is, as you said previously, that Allah is external from the creation. Right? Is not a man or a woman. Right? So when the Christians say that God is a man that entered the creation, you will naturally reject that, yes?
Yeah, like I would reject Islam or Judaism.
No, in terms of a man or a woman being the creator of the universe.
Yeah, that's some nonsense. For me, that's straight nonsense.
Agreed,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So this is something that is called fitrah, your natural innate disposition.
Yeah, your natural GPS. GPS.
Yes,
Yeah.
that Allah has created you upon, we will say, right? The fitrah, it's called the fitrah, yes?
Yeah.
That a person can recognize the true God by birth. So everyone is born a Muslim, right? Upon the fitrah, right? So we be a Muslim. That
but as Muslims, you would say that. Yeah.
Oh yes, sure.
Yeah.
So let me get to the step by step, right? So the Prophet Muhammad said, everyone is born upon the natural innate disposition,
Right.
the fitrah, yes. But it's only when their parents make them into a Jew or a fire worshipper.
Okay.
So society changes that natural innate disposition. But naturally they are Muslims. So when someone becomes a Muslim, we don't say they are converts, we say they are reverts.
Right.
They're going back to their natural innate disposition, right? That Allah created them.
That's an assertion. It's not been found out yet. So, for example, if I strip you from your book and your hadiths, yeah, you won't have this information. You have this information because it's in creation. You don't have the evidence of something that's outside of your intellect. So you have a book. Wait, hold on. You have a book that makes a claim. That's fine. If I don't have the truth, who am I to disprove your truth? You understand? But it's a claim. You have to verify.
Okay, sure, but we're taking it step by step, right? Because I'm trying to make you understand why Islam is the truth. And number one, without you even looking into Islam.
I've studied Islam, trust me, I know.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. I've got my phone right here.
Okay, sure, right.
Yeah.
So you would accept that there's only one creator, yes?
No, but no.
Would you agree
that creator?
Okay, that's
whether it's numerous, I don't know the number. I don't know.
Okay.
Again.
Okay.
We don't play the guessing game. If we don't know, well, I'm mortal enough to say I just don't know the creator.
So there has to be revelation for you to explain that,
when you
right?
say there has to be a revelation.
Yes.
Where does that come from? Who says that?
Okay. So you cannot get to the creator by yourself. So we will say as Muslims.
Allah.
Yes. The true creator. Allah sent prophets and messengers: Abraham, Moses, Noah, and Jesus. I think, okay, let me just get to my point, right? So there are many prophets. The creator that is one and independent and free of need is not a man or a woman, which you're agreeing with previously. Yes, that one creator that you know exists, there's a need for revelation for you to understand what is objective morality.
Because I don't know that creator exists.
So
I believe it. Like, for example, like this. I know my mother. I know I have a mother. I won't be here without a mother and a father, right? I know this, but I don't know that it's something outside of creation. I can't even fathom it. So I'm not going to play the guessing game. I just believe it. That's fine. I'll be in the same premise with you and say I believe it.
It's a self-evident proof that everyone is born upon that natural belief that there is a supreme being, and that is the evidence.
No, but that's not evidence of a creator. For example, yeah.
So where did the universe come from? Everything is complex.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. I don't know this, but do you know?
Yes, Allah created the universe.
See what I'm saying?
Because it cannot come from nothing.
Yeah, but it's not
because the thing is, you're saying that there is a creator, but then you're saying I'm not sure.
No, I'm not saying that.
It's a contradiction.
I believe it. But there's also room for me to be absolutely wrong. I'm leaving that door open because I don't know. I believe it. Yeah? You're saying no, it's concrete, it's 100%. I'm not saying that.
Okay, rationally, yes. So where does the universe come from?
Again, I don't know this.
Okay. If the universe has a beginning, okay.
Let me. Where does it come from?
Okay, Allah. Why? I tell you why. Universe cannot come from nothing.
There's no such thing as nothing.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
So something always has to exist to bring the universe into existence rationally, yes?
Right.
Because 0 plus 0 is 0.
Yeah.
Something has to exist eternally,
Yeah.
right? Be eternal, has no beginning, has no end,
right.
for everything else to exist.
Right.
Or there would be no existence and we would not be having this conversation, yes?
Do you open the possibility that maybe this has always been here?
If the universe has a beginning and it's expanding, then it cannot be eternal.
So it's not... No,
because something eternal cannot increase in number or have a beginning.
Okay. Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I agree with that.
that.
So rationally, that if the universe came into existence, it cannot come from nothing.
Yeah.
Because something cannot come from nothing. Right?
So so now that we've opened this door, there's only two opportunities now. One, that it's always been here, or two, it's been the creator.
It hasn't always been here because it came into existence, yes?
But we both agree that it can't come out of nothing.
Yes.
Right.
Something always has to exist.
Exactly. So it's either an entity or it's always been here, if there is no entity. Do you understand what I'm saying?
The universe, if it came into existence,
Yeah.
and it begins to exist, yes. No, we know this.
No, you don't.
Okay. According to
You don't
cosmology, we believe there is evidence of the Big Bang, okay, or the background radiation.
That's a theory.
Sure, but it's evidence for that, right?
No, there's evidence that it's been studied, but there's no evidence that the Big Bang actually took place. There's no evidence.
It's inference to the best explanation, yes?
Right, and could that explanation, can it be wrong? Because it's not 100%, is it? It could be wrong.
It could be wrong, yes.
So when you have something that is a could, yeah, you have to always open a door that everyone could be wrong, even if it's 0.1%.
But there is evidence for that, right, at the moment. So let's go with what we know at the moment.
At the moment.
Okay, yes. So if it came into existence, okay, that why does the universe exist and why is it organized in such a way? There's so many reasons why we believe in a creator of the universe. Number one is that the science at the moment is telling us the universe has a beginning. If it has a beginning, then that necessitates that there is a creator, right? Because
If
secondly,
but do we know for sure though? Be honest. Do we know for sure?
I would say.
Or do we have a belief system?
Also, there are many reasons. For example, right?
No.
The order around us.
No, I understand the order. It's perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Sunshine, day and night, all of it.
Okay.
It's too perfect to be an accident. I would agree.
Agreed, right?
It's too perfect.
So isn't that proof for a creator for you?
That's why, for me, I choose to believe in a creator. Do I know this entity exists? That's something I'll have to assert. So, for example, the Bible or the Quran or the Torah, they assert that it's this God.
Do you believe that your hat has been created?
You see, you know what you're doing? I love when people do this. You'll give me an analogy that's based in creation. So even if I was to follow suit with you, you still have to explain that one thing that's outside. So
but
analogies
the
in
point,
creation.
we're trying to get to the point that there's a creator, right? So your hat,
Yes. What's created?
reasoning is an evidence, yes? So your hat cannot pop into existence from nothingness, right? Because it's complex and organized in a very specific way, right? It's an impossibility for it to just pop into existence. Would you agree?
That's right.
Without me seeing the one that created your hat, or the process that it's been created in, right? I can affirm that this hat has been created. Yes? Would you agree?
I would agree, 100%.
Yes?
Yeah.
So then we would continue and say that what's more complex, the universe or your hat? Yes? So there has to be consistency, because if someone tried to negate a creator from your hat, it's irrational to try to negate a creator from your hat. No one can argue, I get my point, right? No one can negate a creator from your hat. That is a nonsensical statement, right? No one can, if someone does that, then that person is stupid, insane, right? So we're arguing that this is the default position. That the default position, the self-evident proof that there's a creator of the universe, because things are complex and organized in a very specific way. And we can see knowledge within the world around us. If you look at the rain cycle, in the Quran it speaks about the rain cycle, this mechanism, these naturalistic mechanisms around us are complex and organized, and this requires a creator, because nature is brain dead. Atoms and molecules are finite and limited, as they cannot atoms and molecules cannot self-create. Your hat cannot bring itself into existence. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes?
Yeah.
So this is the clear-cut proof.
It's not proof.
So you have to, because then you're worshipping nature, that nature has the ability to self-create.
No, nature is everything that we know. Nature is the order of where we are right now. Right? So when I say that nature has been from the start And if there is an end to this, nature will also be at the end. The Quran was at the end, the start of this universe. This world has been here for millions and millions.
I'm trying to understand.
Hold on.
But the thing,
Okay, go on.
But the point that I'm trying to make to you, that if you would affirm, if you would affirm a creator for your hat, a creator for your jacket, right? Then you have to be continuing in that reasoning, or you're saying that atoms and molecules can keep atoms and molecules can keep colliding. Dead matter, dead physical matter can keep colliding and give rise to a complex human being that has heart, lungs, eyes in the right place, a nose, breathing, complex cells, highly complex things from blind matter. That's an irrational belief.
I'm not saying that is the. I'm not even saying that I apply that morality code. That's not me. What I'm saying is, everything that you're mentioning to me now is within nature. Now, you can't apply the same logic to an entity that is outside of us that gave us life. You can't, because you don't know what this entity is. Essentially, you don't. Because all you have.
But
for example,
I'm trying to establish if there is an entity or not.
Yeah, and we're still doing that today, right?
It's an entity.
We're still doing that today, right?
So would you rather believe that things organize themselves, that nature organizes itself?
No, I believe that there is a creator.
Okay.
I believe it.
Okay, do you believe there's a creator, yes or no?
No, I said this many times. At the start of this conversation, I said, I believe there is an entity. I believe it.
Okay, yes,
right.
yes.
Now,
so
whether
you're saying
I'm
yes.
100% sure,
but I've given you the evidence that there's 100% sure, yes.
No, you haven't, because we're all still trying to find out
so
who this
can
is.
your hat organize itself?
Again, you're giving me earthly analogies that won't
I'm
work.
giving you rational analogies
No.
that
you know why you're giving me this analogy?
consistent.
You know why you're giving me this analogy? Because we're bound by it. Every
reasoning. So you don't use reasoning then. So reasoning is something that you don't use in your life.
I can only use reasoning by what I'm bound to.
So
something that's outside of our entity. How do I fathom Allah?
Okay,
how? You can't fathom that.
That's how you need the revelation. But the point that I'm making to you
okay, wait, which
is that
revelation?
have you? Okay, no, I don't think our time. In terms of universally, we have not experienced things organizing themselves. This is a universal truth that things do not organize themselves. We know that hats do not organize themselves, shoes do not organize themselves. Anything that
created themselves.
I cannot bring themselves into existence.
Okay, that's it.
Without a creator, even a child, grab a child.
Great, yeah.
They would even, like Justin Barrett done a research with kids that had non-religious families, and when they hit a certain age, they knew that there's a creator of the world, because that was the natural innate thing. Yes, yeah. So they would say that. They wouldn't say that there is not a creator. But the point that we're making is that, number one, the Quran is divine.
To you.
We have the evidence for that.
No, to me, it's just a book, like every other book.
But the book is making a claim.
Great. Now,
Excellent,
has each Abrahamic book proven their claims yet? Yes.
I'm a Muslim.
Yeah.
I'm not Christian, so I'm talking about the Quran, yes?
Yeah, but
if I give you the evidence...
You're all cousins. Essentially, you're all cousins. Because you all stand from the Torah and then it goes up.
So we believe that the Christians, that Jesus was given a revelation called the Injil, right? But that was corrupted and changed. You can do your research into this, right? You can do into the manuscripts and these things, right? I agree with that. You need to look at the Old Testament, it's been chopped and changed, whatever. You can do research into this, right?
Yeah.
But the Quran itself, it is affirming what was given to Jesus. It was affirming what was given to Moses, but it is a criterion over them, right? So now the Quran, number one, we know the Quran hasn't changed.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Right? It's been memorized cover to cover by heart. Okay? A child that's 10 years old can recite the Quran by memory, cover to cover by heart. And I would argue that this is an evidence. Why?
The Bible. Look.
But tell me,
something. That's fine.
Tell me one Christian that has memorized the Bible.
There are people around the world. Are you saying that
none? Bring me evidence for that.
No, hold on.
And then which Bible?
Are we certain that there's no Christian in the let's be specific. There's no Christian in the world that doesn't memorize their Bible?
Do you know why?
No, are you certain that?
you made a claim that Christians have memorized the Bible.
No, I'm opening the door. Look, this world is massive. There's so many people.
Just because the world is massive, it doesn't that doesn't make an evidence that someone's memorized the Bible. You have to bring evidence that people memorize the Bible.
So are you saying? Okay, so I'm asking you the same question. Are you saying there are no Christians that have memorized the Bible?
I've never come across any Christian that's memorized the Bible.
You're making it subjective.
Okay. Have you come across any Christian that memorized the Bible?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Hold on.
Why are you making that claim then?
No, I'm leaving the door that there's a possibility. This is the words I'm using. I'm leaving the door that there's a possibility that Christians out there in the globe that memorize their Bible.
But you're making an active claim. You have to bring the evidence for that.
No, I'm not making a claim.
But
okay, a claim would be this. Oh, there are 5 Christians that have memorized the whole book. That's the claim.
But
I'm saying it's
which
a possibility.
Bible is it?
Oh, that's
is it Catholic Bible? Is it the Protestant Bible? Is it the Orthodox Bible? Is it the there's so many Bibles, yes? Right. So it'll be very difficult for them. It's because they have different Bibles.
Yeah.
And also
those Christians that subscribe to each of those, are you saying? I'm pretty sure there's one out there.
Well, if bring me that person, then we can look at that person.
I'll try and find it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. The thing is,
I'm just saying, there's a possibility.
Okay, sure.
We can't deny it. That would be unfair to you.
For me, if there's no evidence, I cannot affirm that because I never come across anyone. And there's no mechanism. They do not have that tradition, yes?
Okay.
So now the Quran has memorized.
That's your tradition.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you go to Nigeria, if you go to anywhere.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
They know how to, I'm from Ghana.
Ghana, yeah. Ghana as well, right? If Ghana, the Muslims, yes? That memorize the Quran cover to cover by heart, yes? Yeah. Now the Quran hasn't changed. And number 2, the Quran has no contradictions. It's challenging mankind to find a contradiction, yes? Right? Because if the Creator has complete wisdom and complete knowledge, that Creator would not send down a revelation that's contradictions.
How would you know what the Creator would do and would not do? That's also another assertion. Because now you're asserting that there is a Creator without evidence.
I given you that evidence, didn't I?
No, but you've only given it through a book. That's it. That's
okay, let me give you the evidence.
Okay, is this possible? Can you make a limited book about something that is unlimited? You won't be able to finish the book because this entity is unlimited. Why? My thing is this.
But you're
asserting
a book. So that okay, then how do you know what's right and wrong? How do you get to God?
That changes.
So now you come from a very subjective point of view, and then you don't have no truth. You're just saying things out of speculation. I'm saying. Okay. I'm giving you the evidence. Yes. I don't know what he's saying yet.
It's fine.
Okay. So number 1, I'm giving you the criteria. You can go and do your research and look into it. Yes. Okay. Number 1, the Quran hasn't changed, and the Quran has no contradictions.
You're right.
Now the Quran prophesizes that Islam will spread.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Christianity, done the same thing.
But the Quran specifically in the Quran says it will spread.
Okay.
Chapter 9, verse 33. Right? It says that this religion, Islam, it will manifest itself over all other religion, even if the disbelievers do not like it. Right? This is when the Muslims were small in number, right, and they didn't have a lot of followers. Now the Quran is saying that this religion will spread. Okay. The Prophet Muhammad said that Allah folded the earth for me. I saw that Islam would spread to the east and the west. Yes, in Surah Hajj, the Quran says that if anyone believes that Allah, I'm paraphrasing, would not support His Prophet, let them get a noose and hang themselves. Right? So the Quran is saying certainly, right, without a shadow of a doubt, this message of Islam, it was spread. Yes?
But he also made another prophecy. He said there will be at least 73 sects of Islam and only one of them will be of me.
This is a different topic, yeah? It's a different topic.
When you say Islam is spread, is it that one sect of Islam or all?
Islam itself was spread, and then
those people start
there'll be
to deviate, right?
eventually there'll be deviation.
Yeah, okay.
And then there will be one sect who will follow the Quran and Sunnah. They'll have the correct methodology.
I got a great thing.
Okay. Let me let my point. Yes. So now this happened precisely, right?
Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum.
This, listen to me, please. So this happened precisely, yes, right? So remember the Prophet ﷺ saying is that Islam was spread to the east and the west. Islam would manifest itself over all of the religion, yes. Now, after the Prophet ﷺ died, right, Islam took over Rome. It took over Persia. It took over Spain. It took over Egypt. It took over Africa, yes, but into China,
The way
yes.
it was done was very unjust.
That's a different topic, but the point that I'm making is that the Quran is prophesizing that this religion will spread.
No problem.
Okay.
Look, I don't have any problem.
Did it happen?
It's happened.
Okay,
yes.
right.
It's happened.
Even the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said in an authentic narration, he said that Islam was spread to Hind, Pakistan, like Hind, like South Asia, yes, right? This actually occurred, right? So now, according to Pew Research, Islam would naturally, right, would take over Christianity, I think by 2050, that it would it would literally manifest itself over all religions, yes? And this actually occurred. So I will ask you a question, right? How the Quran is prophesying Islam will spread, specifically, and the Prophet Muhammad is prophesying that Islam will spread to the east and the west, right? And that actually occurred.
These things, I don't have a problem with this. People make prophecies all the time.
No.
Hold on. Let me ask you.
Yeah, sure.
People make prophecies all the time. It doesn't mean they're God sent. Sometimes it comes to fruition, sometimes it doesn't. With the Islam, what you just pitched to me, I agree, it has come into fruition. Now you see many countries that are adopting Islam. I have no problem with that. But the thing is, that is just a prophecy about an action to come. It doesn't mean that we can verify this is coming from an entity. It's just a prophecy. Someone was correct about making a prediction and they were correct. That's it. People do that every day. People do that with the weather. People do this every day. But that doesn't verify that this is coming from a source that didn't even write the book. It doesn't verify that this comes from Allah. It's a statement that's been proven, and that's it.
But if the Quran is saying that this would happen, it's saying in Surah Hajj, it's saying that if you think Allah would not support His Prophet, Allah is saying that He's my Prophet. This is my revelation. Yes, that I've given to my Prophet. This, without a shadow of a doubt, is the truth. It will spread. And the Muslims were a minority. They were being persecuted in Mecca for 13 years, and then they migrated to Medina, right?
Yeah.
And then they were outnumbered by the pagan Arabs and the Jews, which they aligned themselves, right? And the Battle of Khandaq, the trench, yes, and in that precise moment where the Muslims were in a dire situation, the Prophet ﷺ said that Islam was spread to Syria, it spread to Persia, right? He was striking the boulder, and he's making claims that Islam was spread, right? This is something that is a true prophet. A true prophet would make certain prophecies and they'll come true. Yes. Also, Prophet ﷺ made very distinct prophecies about the future. For example, he said these barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers, right? These desert Arabs living in the desert.
Oh, yeah, we'll get
right.
Rich. Yeah, I know this.
So there'll come a time where they will compete in building tall buildings. So the Arabs in UAE, they had no wealth until 1966 when they found oil, right? Specifically, right? Previously, there were individuals from Europe that came to UAE, Dubai, right? And they used to beg them for money. They were destitute and they were literally barefooted. Now, the Prophet Muhammad could have said the city Arabs, the Persians and the Romans, but he did not say that. He said the desert dwellers, and they were literally goat herders, right? He said shepherds, yes. So it is only in 1966 when they found the oil and they did not have the resources, and that actually occurred.
Right, I agree.
right?
No problem with this.
So if you're agreeing, then this is the truth, right?
No, because in Christianity there are also prophecies. There's also prophecies where Jesus said there will be many wars after me. There will be many who will come to kill you because you believe in my name. There's many prophecies. There's many. So it doesn't mean that just because you got a prophecy that means that is there are also others. You know, there are over 4,200 religions that we've recorded so far. Many more that we've lost in time. You'll find prophecies. Hold on. You'll find prophecies in all of those books. It doesn't mean that is the one. In my belief, I don't believe that the creator of this universe is that egotistical that he must follow one book. I don't believe that. This is why these books are written by man.
What I say to you.
Hold on, wait. You would agree that there's no book that is written by an entity, right? The Quran wasn't written by Allah, was it?
The author.
No, hold on. Was it written by your entity?
Okay, ask me a question, yeah?
Okay.
Allah is the author of the Quran, yes? He revealed it via the angel Gabriel, yes? But it was penned down by the disciples. But
exactly. That's my question. And
that doesn't negate
as well, both of you.
That doesn't negate the fact that it is not revelation. It is, the author is Allah, and the companions that was with the Prophet ﷺ were with him, lived alongside him, fought alongside him, right? Wrote down the Quran in his presence, yes? But the point that I'm making is that if you cannot speak about the Creator by yourself, that is coming from a place of arrogance. That you are trying to, or you're saying that the Creator would not send revelation, right? That he will leave you wandering blindly. That's not coming from a place of sincerity, that's coming from a place of arrogance. Why? It's because we need guidance. These questions of what happens after we die, what is right and wrong, what is the purpose of our existence, you can never get to absolute truth. It will only come from a subjective viewpoint.
I love that you said that.
And then
Yeah,
from
that's
your
I
viewpoint,
agree.
morals do not exist because they are just subjective.
Yeah.
There's no purpose to your existence, because someone can say my purpose of existence is to become a footballer.
Yeah.
Another one will say the purpose of my existence is to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
Everyone makes up their own purpose.
Yeah, and that's fine for them.
Therefore, it's pointless. Life is pointless.
No. That's an assertion. You're now asserting that's pointless. That's their narrative. So if they believe that their sole purpose is to be a basketball player, that's their narrative. You don't have the right to strip that from them. It's all subjective.
Okay. Therefore, there's no truth.
No, you can't say that.
Atheists can say that there's no God.
Yeah, to them.
Okay.
To them, there's no God.
Either
To
there is a
you-
God or there isn't. It can't be
You not
both.
heard you. You not heard you.
Yes, sure.
To atheists, that's their truth, right?
It cannot be truth.
No,
It cannot be.
that's the arrogance
cannot
that
have two truths.
That's the arrogance that you try to pitch onto me. You're trying to tell them that no, there is a God, and your way of life is not the truth. But you can't even verify your God.
I have.
You can't.
I have. I've given you the evidence, but you're not being
No,
sincere.
is the evidence
Because
outside the book?
the evidence is
Can you
in the
verify
book.
the
It's in the
evidence outside?
Quran. I've given you evidence from the Quran, but you're not sincere enough to accept those evidences because you're following your desire. Now,
I'm following my moral code.
that you're
I believe in African spiritualism.
okay.
I've got my own
Okay,
thing.
now the Quran says it's Surah Fussilat
This is why I
in
can
the
take
Quran.
outside of the book.
But the thing is, I don't make up things as I go along. Okay, I don't make up. I'm a person that follows revelation that is sent by the
That's
Creator. I don't make things as I go along, because now, if you're saying that morality is subjective, in your viewpoint, morality does not exist.
I didn't say that.
Because okay, you're saying that it's all
No, morality
subjective.
does exist, and it's all subjective. We all have different moral codes.
Okay, if I say killing is wrong,
Yeah, I would
right?
agree with you. But
Okay,
also,
but
that
if
doesn't-
someone says killing is
Yeah,
good,
yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah.
then there's no mediator.
No, exactly. But who says there has to be one? If someone on the other, when you go to Sentinel Island, do you know what that is? These are secluded people. If you try to arrive on it, they will kill you. And to them, this is right because you're an invader. They believe that's right. But me and you are in the same moral. We have the same moral consensus. We're killing innocent is wrong, right? We would agree, right?
We will say that.
But that doesn't mean that we have the standard of the correct moral. It doesn't mean that.
But how do you arrive at that conclusion? You have to have a mechanism. If it's subjective,
Yeah.
that you believe that morals are only subjective,
Yeah.
right? Then you don't have a mechanism. It's just an opinion.
Right. I agree.
So if someone says that killing a baby is good, isn't what I was saying killing a baby is wrong.
Yeah.
That is something that is in the scripture, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We
I don't
can.
even need the scripture to
We
know
can. Okay, sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
But if God is saying that, then that becomes immoral because He's saying it's objective that everyone should
When
follow
you say
it.
if God is saying that, which God are you talking about?
I'm saying, in general, if
Again, no, you can't say in
Wait,
general.
no, wait.
His God is different from your God. That's
Wait.
why I asked you which one.
wait, the point that I'm making, I make my point, yes, is that we have to have a moral foundation, right?
Who is we?
Is that if you don't have a moral foundation of what's right and wrong, right?
No, we do. It just
It's not-
varies
okay.
from yours.
Okay, if I say
Look,
something,
you've never seen a time on this planet where everyone is in consensus of a moral code. It's not
Okay.
going to happen. It's just not going
Okay.
to happen. We're all different. Do you understand that?
okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
The point that I'm making is that is raping subjective or is it objective?
Right. Now, subjectively, I believe it's wrong.
So you can.
There's also a door open where people believe it's right. They're
Okay.
entitled to it.
Okay, sure.
Do you understand that?
So therefore, it's an
It's going
opinion.
on in the world, man.
Okay,
in
wait.
the
Okay,
world.
so the point that I'm making.
Christians do it. Atheists
Wait,
do it.
wait.
You can't say Christians
Guys
don't
coming
do
in.
it. You should do it.
The point that I'm making that you can never say that something is wrong because that rapist that raped the woman will say it is good for them. I don't care what you say. That I raped that woman.
Yeah.
I found to be nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's my truth. So if everyone has their opinions.
Yeah.
And there's no this opinion,
Yeah.
therefore there's no truth. If like for example in China they eat dogs, right? And they have a delicacy for dogs, right? And they eat them. It's part of the culture, it's part of the tradition.
Yeah.
Right? I cannot go to China and say that you are immoral because that's their
That's exactly. I
that's
agree.
the culture, right?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would argue is that morality cannot come from me, it cannot come from a personal viewpoint because it changes from person to person.
Right. So who would it now come from?
And there'll be chaos. So then we have law.
There already is chaos, even with Allah, even in this apparently
No, wait.
world.
I'm
it's
talking
still chaos.
about a subjective morality, yes.
Right.
So so it cannot come from me and you. Whatever you think is right, I might think is wrong. So it cannot come from us humans, right? Secondly,
Say that again. Morality can't come from humans.
it cannot come from me and myself because I cannot say that this is. If I say something is right, you say it's wrong, and then there'll be chaos because people just believe what is right or
I
wrong.
halfway agree.
Is that a person that steals?
Yeah.
If someone says I want to steal and pay my rent, right? For my logic and my thing, I think it's okay. Right? You cannot convince him it's wrong. Yes. A rapist will say I rape is good for me. You cannot convince him it's wrong.
Right.
So it cannot come from a personal viewpoint.
Yeah.
Because a subjectivity cannot lead to absolute truth because it's just an opinion. Secondly, it cannot come from society because it changes from place to place.
Yes.
So, for example, if you go to America, there's a gun law, right? But in the UK, there is no gun law. Yes. So therefore, I cannot go to America and say, you know what, you guys are evil and immoral. You have a gun law, right? Because the Congress Party will say it is part of our right to have a gun. Yes. So laws change from place to place, from time period to time period. Yes. Even in this country in the 1940s, it was against the law to be homosexual. Yes, you would be stoned. You will be given you will be given shock therapy, and you will be given drugs because of the mental health issues. But now society had a paradigm shift, and now it has moral. So it has a moral paradigm shift. So if it's only subjective, and that's the main point that I want you to understand. If morals are only subjective and they keep changing from place to place, from time period to time period, therefore morals don't exist. It's just an opinion.
No, it does exist.
Do you get the point?
Varies. It's opinionated, it's subjective. That's what I'm saying.
So killing is not wrong.
To someone else, he would say it. To me, it's wrong.
Okay, so I'm saying it's not wrong. Yes.
When we verify the objective truth, to which we've yet to do, humans have yet to do that yet.
But,
we all have. Hold on, I was listening to you.
Yeah, sure.
We all have theories. All do, right? So that's the beauty of African spiritism. We don't go to you and say we got the truth. We got our own thing. You practice it. You can do whatever you like. But time and time again, we have Abrahamic religions imposing that they had the truth, but they haven't verified their God. That is why we have all these subjective bubbles. Just like I said to you, we won't disagree. We won't disagree that 1 + 1 equals 2. We won't disagree. We've done the homework. We found out it's 2. It's halas. It's finished. It's done. But we haven't done that for God yet. That's why we're all here going crazy, because we have not verified an entity. So he's got this book, you've got this book, and I've got this moral code. That's what we have. We haven't done it. We haven't verified it. You understand what I'm saying?
The difference is they don't have their religion is a continuation.
Wait, I'm not speaking to him yet. It's okay, look, it's going to get ugly again. I don't want to speak to him yet. So I'm speaking to him. I had a conversation with you. Yeah?
No, that's fine. To you though. To you.
So the Quran says something that's quite powerful, because we don't believe you can get to God without revelation. Is that there has to be objective morality, meaning that has to be external from human minds.
That's a claim.
Because another thing is, if you look into this, you find that if you believe that morals are subjective, then you cannot verify them by the scientific method. You cannot verify them. Yes? No, like you cannot see morals. You cannot see them in a microscope.
No, they're applied. Yeah.
Agnostically, you cannot make any moral claims, because it's just what you feel. So if I'll ask you a question, if humans did not exist, right, would killing still be wrong? Killing a child.
You're asking a human that question.
I would say yes,
because
because you know why? Because we ground our morality because of revelation. It's called the grounding problem. You have to ground your morality somehow. That is universal.
Ask me that question again. If humans didn't exist,
would killing a baby be wrong? A child?
No, he said humans don't exist. They're not here.
If humans do not exist, would killing a baby be right or wrong?
That question don't make sense. If humans didn't exist, that baby, you've removed that baby.
If killing would be child, that's the thing, that morals would not exist. Do you get the point?
No, but I get what you're saying.
But then in this, so then you can. That's why without God there is no morality. The foundation of morality, it has to come from God.
No, that's a claim.
Do you get the point?
No, I get what you're saying, but it's a claim.
Therefore, it's all subjective.
Which God?
Do you get the point?
But okay,
but you're not willing. You're not willing to take a step forward and say, okay.
No, I've already done that with my one. I've done that in my religion, not just your one. My one. I've done that. I've taken my step.
What's the evidence for your religion?
There is no evidence.
Okay, therefore, why are you following it?
It's subjective.
Therefore,
because the people before me. To you, okay, that's fine.
It's false, yeah.
To you, that's fine. I don't believe that.
Yeah, so I don't believe in things, in subjective things that cannot be verified.
I do.
It's based upon desire.
You say that, but you've not. Allah's not been verified.
I've given you evidence. If the Prophet Muhammad is prophesying the future,
hold on. I've taken
that's concrete evidence.
Let's say I've taken your knowledge of the Quran. Okay, I'll give it back to you. But I've got it here. I've got the hadith here as well.
Yeah? Right.
You have no knowledge of it now, right? Show me any other place where you can find Allah. I've taken your books from you.
But that's.
Do you see what I'm saying?
But that's not neither here or there. I follow the Quran because I can objectively verify it. I believe in objective truth. That truth is not just. Truth is something that you can access regardless of where you live. Islam filters morality, yes? For example, in the Quran it speaks about giving zakat. So every Muslim around the world...
This is the reason why I took the because you bring it back in there.
Do you get the point, yes?
I get the point, but again, I've taken your information on the text. I've taken all your text away from you. You don't have no knowledge of it now.
I'll give you some evidence. I'll give you a verse from the Quran, yes? It's because I've given you the evidence.
You keep giving me a product of creation.
So how does the Prophet Muhammad know that the barefooted Bedouin Arabs, they would compete in
He's made a prophecy. A man
that is limited.
in history has made a prophecy.
Okay,
No
that does not that has limited knowledge and speaks about the future, how does he know this?
No, it's fine. Jesus done the same thing. Noah, all these people done the same thing. Noah done the same thing, right? They all done the same thing. That's prophecy. No, that's prophecy by man. I'm not interested in that right now. I'm interested.
But he's claiming that he's a prophet of the Creator, and the Quran is revelation.
I'm not interested in man. I'm interested in the entity right now.
Okay,
How
and
do
the
we
entity
verify
saying
the entity without creation?
okay, the creation is an evidence. Also, the Quran is an evidence as well.
You see?
But you're
we're going back to
rejecting it.
text. No, I'm not rejecting it.
Yeah, yes, you are.
I'm not rejecting it because I'm not
I'll
saying
give you
Islam is not
some
false. I'm not
verses.
saying Islam is false. I'm saying
You're
how do
saying
we
that there's no
verify-
truth at all. Yeah. So the thing is that if you believe the thing is that if you believe that morality is subjective, the Quran is saying that if you disbelieve in the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad _sallam, then that person would enter the hellfire.
Look, if that's what Allah's got for me, then I have to incur that punishment. But again, this entity has not verified itself to me. It's not. I've never seen Allah. I can't comprehend it. All I can do right now is believe that there's an entity out there. That's what I can do. But I don't know it exists. So this Allah,
I've already explained to you.
Would you need Allah to show himself? That's like
of course, if these claims are serious, it's life or death.
Okay, now you're
because every book is making a claim.
that's what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? Every book is making a claim. Show me Allah that you exist. Show me. I've not seen this.
That is a very arrogant claim that you think
Arrogance
that
to you, man.
okay that you think that you can perceive the Creator with your limited
I love that you said that.
Perception.
I love because again I can apply that to you now. It's arrogant for you to perceive that there is an unlimited entity with your limited capabilities. That would be
How
arrogant
so?
because you're limited. How can you proselytize to other people about something unlimited when you're a mortal being yourself? Do you understand that?
Because the thing is, we're going around in circles. The thing we're going in circles because I give you the evidence that things are organized and complex around us.
Well, basically in the Quran, the evidence is there. Allah showing us the evidence of the world.
Again,
I gave that to him. He
you're giving me
basically,
text.
I gave him the
You're giving me
evidences.
text. Text is fine, but when I take that text from you, what do you have now? You're just a man in nature. That's all you have.
I'm giving him the logic that if there is the thing is that he's come from a subjective viewpoint.
That's right.
So
like
if
me and you.
If you're in a subjective viewpoint, there's no point in making any claims about God or anything, because it's just an opinion. It cannot be verified.
Like
I gave him evidence of the Quran, why the Quran is divine, why the Prophet made prophecies, right? But he's rejecting that.
No, I'm not doing that.
He's saying that it's true, but he doesn't want to accept.
No, I'm not saying that.
Because he's saying
I'm saying it's a belief system. That's all it is so far because it's not been verified. Allah's not been verified outside of the Quran. It hasn't been. That homework hasn't been done yet.
I've given you the evidences.
Where is the evidence?
Okay, that our existence is the evidence.
No, that your existence is evidence that your ancestors lived.
So it's
you are evidence.
The universe. We are organizing complex and we're having a conversation. Atoms and molecules cannot organize the human body because they are brain dead and they're not conscious.
What but atoms can make atoms?
We are an evidence that there's a creator, yes?
No.
Because my phone, it cannot pop into existence and organize itself without a creator.
Don't work.
Because now when it comes to a creator, you have to be consistent in your reasoning. Every day you use reasoning in your life, but when it comes to the creator, you become disconnected with your reasoning and you say, look,
of my intelligence. How can I tap into that frequency?
It's not. I don't need to see the one that created the phone to know that it's been created.
It's mere creation.
Okay, what's more complex, the phone or you?
We're both atoms. It's all atoms.
Okay, what is the more complex sequence of arrangement of atoms, you or the phone?
No, it's all the same atom is in that phone. It's all atoms.
But answer the question: which is more complex arrangement of atoms, you or the phone?
Okay, the way you're paraphrasing it, I would say me.
Okay, therefore, this is the evidence that you don't want to accept because you are following your desire. That you don't want to submit to the Creator Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. You don't want to. Why? It's because we have, again, I've given you the evidences,
that's fine,
but you want to, the Quran is saying, if you go to the Quran, I'll give you a verse, yeah, of the Quran, so you can reflect over that. Yes.
I have the Quran on my phone.
Well, don't you think the creator should show us what's wrong and right?
Yeah, but then which creator? Your one.
Yeah, like, so
Because there's been many.
So I believe in the Quran because it shows through the Quran.
Belief, yeah, okay, cool,
Through
no
the
problem.
prophecies, like what he was saying.
No
Yes,
problem.
because we have the evidence. We're from
So you
different
see-
places
you-
over
you see
around
how
the
we
world.
said
Yes.
killing's good and the other guy
Yeah,
said
yeah,
killing's
yeah.
bad.
But that exists.
but he doesn't.
That's what
yes.
we think.
Yeah.
But in the Quran, we believe that Allah's saying this is
Believe.
wrong.
See,
The
you
all
keep saying
wise,
believe.
but I give you the evidence.
And that's fine.
Okay, but you're not,
No,
you're
but
not
the
accepting it.
evidence. No. The
That's
evidence.
point.
What you haven't. The only evidence that I would concede. No, hold
I
on.
want to
I'm being
conclude,
honest.
yeah?
I'm being honest. Hold on. The only evidence I would concede that you and I would say, yeah, his brother was right, is the prophecies of the Prophet, peace be upon him, of predicting the outcome of predicting the future of UAE Dubai. Right? I'll give you that. That's a prophecy. That's fine.
So that's the evidence for you to submit.
No, it's evidence of a prophecy that has been fulfilled. Done, halas, I agree.
Okay,
No
then
problem.
therefore the rational conclusion is
No.
that this is a revelation. So you're
No.
being irrational. I'm sorry, like I don't
Because
be
there's
harsh.
same prophecies in the Torah and the Bible.
Where did the Bible come from?
The Torah.
Bible, Jesus says in the Bible that the disciples,
Yeah.
that I would return and the disciples will be here with me. That it will be when I come back, you guys will be here. Bible has many contradiction and errors. You cannot compare the Quran and the Bible. The Bible, the New Testament, we don't know who is Mark and Luke.
Yeah,
Mark.
that's fine.
We don't know where it came from. The Bible is a book that says to kill babies. You would never follow a book that says to kill babies.
I don't follow. I used to
Yeah.
when I was a kid Christian.
That's
but
why you
I
moved
grew up-
away from the
I
Bible.
moved
Yeah,
away.
right. The
Because
Quran doesn't say stuff like that.
I realized that my people, where I come from, we have a system older than Islam, older than Christianity. We were older than Adam and Eve.
It doesn't mean that something
Always
is older.
had Adam and Hawa. We
It
weren't doing
doesn't
this.
mean the criteria is not if something is older or not. The criteria is if you can verify that revelation.
Right, and that's why I told you
That-
I'm not in the right. I'm not telling you I'm 100%. We haven't verified it. It's just something we practice. Now, have you? When I look outside of my practice, no one else is verified. They're good either.
Okay, but I've given you the evidence, but you failed to acknowledge. Anyway, let's go back because the thing is that when we
We'll go around in circles.
I think is
What is
but
the evidence you would want?
The evidence that I would want. That's a great question. Reveal yourself.
Because you know what it is, bro.
That's all the evidence I
believe in
need.
the evidence that he's saying, like the evidence of earth and that. Like in the Quran, it says universe expanded, and no one would have known them times that the universe expanded.
yeah, but
That's the example, isn't it?
I think he's coming from a place of arrogance where he wants the creator of the universe
No,
to show
you're saying
himself.
that's not enough. What would
It would not be enough for him.
No.
What would be enough?
Even in Surah Ra'd, it says this as well.
That this entity reveals itself. That'll be enough for me.
And that-
Because there's so many entities out there. There's so many entity claims out there. There's so many.
But the
when you
thing
actually
is-
start to, because I studied these things for a long time. And when you actually come out of your bubble, you realize that people have belief systems believing that they're right. They're not doing it because they just want to just denounce Allah. They're not. They actually believe that Jesus. They actually believe that Jesus is God. Yahweh is God. Brahman. They believe it, and they believe that they're actually right. So my evidence, my criteria for evidence is this entity reveal yourself to me, so I know
But
that's it. I don't need
that's
to.
coming from a place of arrogance. Why? I tell you why. Because I'll tell you why, right? If I have a dog, right? If I have a dog, I tell that dog to come towards me. Then, because that dog is a servant to me, yes. The same way is that when you're saying, "Na'udhu billah," that you're trying to say that you are the master. You have to beg Allah for guidance. You have to follow His prophets and messengers. He does not reveal Himself to you. You are a mere mortal. And there's a pre-assumption that the creation can handle the glory of the Creator as well, for Him to enter the creation as well, right? Yes? So there's a pre-assumption that you have to find the Creator. He doesn't find you. Is that if there's a Creator of the universe that is powerful, almighty, all-knowing, right? You'd have to come from a very humble place. Very humble place where
I don't think that's fair.
where I tell you why it's fair, right? Is that I know that this Creator exists. I need guidance. I'm a limited human being. I need
Right.
guidance.
So reveal
I do
yourself.
not know what's right and wrong.
Right.
The methodology that the Creator has chosen, that's in line with His perfection and glory, is that I'm making this claim based upon objective evidence, which is the Quran, not my own mindset or my desire. Yes, because why the Quran says something? Why? It says in chapter 31, right, verse 20, it says, "Do you not see that Allah has made subject to you whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth, and amply bestowed upon you His favors, both apparent and unapparent? But of the people is he who disputes about Allah without knowledge or guidance or an enlightening book from Him." So the Quran is talking about those.
Pretty much what I'm doing right now.
Yes. So that's why this conversation becomes stagnant. Why? It's because when I'm talking about Allah, I'm not bringing my desire, because even in Surah Fussilat, Allah says, "Have you pondered over the one that makes his desire into a god?" Right? There are many like cattle, right? They are just following their own desire, right? Even in Surah Ar-Ra'd, it says that even if they were ascending up towards the heavens, right, they would say that we have been dazzled, that magic has happened to us. So even if the sign came to you, you would not accept it, because there is something else. Why? Because the Quran is saying, "Inna fi khalaqis samawati wal arda," in the alternation of the day and the night. Yes, in the sailing of the ships, that the sea and the bahar and the wind, this is a sign enough for the believers. For the believers, we have certainty in this by seeing the creation of Allah, by seeing the day and the night. The day does not overtake the night, and the night it does not overtake the day. This is enough for us. Yes, we don't just say it is pure. We will say as Muslims that we fear Allah. We fear Allah. The one that created the heaven and the earth is severe in punishment. Yes, is that He has created at a test. If you see Allah, then I have to search for that Creator.
So you're saying
through revelation.
No problem. You're saying our Creator created us so that we can find Him. That's what you're saying.
To search for the truth. Why did He create us?
What is the objective behind that? That's like me giving birth.
A test.
Okay, why?
To go to paradise.
Fine. No. Why must this be the test? Why must it be this? I give birth to a son and leave him in the wilderness, and I let him find his way back to me. Why must that be the test?
This is coming from. This is called.
This
is
you
called.
only have this because of a book. That's why. If I took the text from you again.
It is okay.
If I
let me ask you a question.
Hold on. If I took the test from you, the text from you, you won't even have knowledge that this test even exists. You're only saying this because you have seen a book written by man and you believe that applies objectively.
Just because, okay, number one, let me go. There's 2 points there, right? First and foremost, what was your first point? You made the first point. What were you saying? That this is called egocentrism. Yes, egocentrism is that the Creator has to come down to my limited mindset. You are a speck in this universe. Wait. Can I finish?
Why is that such a bad
thing?
Just know yourself.
Because we Muslims believe that we will see based upon evidence. My belief is based upon evidence. Let me finish my point, please. Yes, that this is a reward for the believer. This is just not for every single person. That in paradise, that we will see Allah as a reward. But you want to gaze upon the Creator without validating yourself, then this is nonsensical. That you have to validate yourself as a true believer by following the revelation without seeing Allah, without seeing the prophets, without seeing the Prophet ﷺ, by following the Quran and the prophets by revelation, and then we are tested in our faith. Yes. So this is coming from a place. It's called egocentrism, that you are an insignificant dot in the universe. You are a dot upon this earth, right? You cannot say that I want to see the magnificent Creator of the universe. That's coming from a place of arrogance. That the Creator
has.
That's
what you call it. That's fine.
Okay, sure. Let me. Point, right? That the Creator has to come down to your limitation and think like you. That why That
But then
you're trying. Wait.
All I've got is this.
Okay, sure.
I can't use my elbows logic.
Okay, sure.
Look.
Yes.
If Allah is real, He gave me this thinking.
And that logic would
This is what I
dictate.
have.
Okay, yes, logic would dictate that I'm a limited mind.
Right.
I do not
Just
have
like you and
complete
me.
knowledge. Yes,
Me and you.
I am. Me and you are limited. Everyone
Right.
has a limited mind.
Right.
Yes. Okay. That.
So great. I want to stop there. Yeah.
no, wait.
So me and you have a limited mind. Could you be wrong about something that is unlimited?
I'm
you be
saying
wrong?
the Quran.
You see what I'm saying?
So I'm saying.
You know, I believe
I
you
cannot
got,
be wrong.
I saw it in your
Right.
eyes.
No.
I know you know what I was saying. Could you be wrong? Can a limited mind be wrong about something that is unlimited?
Subjectively, yes.
Thank you. Now,
I'm not coming from a subjective. I'm coming from revelation.
No. Now
Yes.
that you said that, you could be wrong. Could Islam
No.
be wrong?
No. Why?
I've got the arrogance.
Why? Why is because I'm not. I'm not telling you. The thing is, arrogance is coming from a subjective viewpoint based upon desire.
No,
Wait.
That's not is that the
I don't
definition of
finish.
arrogance? That's not that.
Arrogance is that you think that you know. Wait, can I
Without
finish?
knowledge,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Is that you can speak on behalf of the Creator. That is arrogance.
No, the definition of arrogance is speaking on something you have no knowledge of, but asserting it to be true.
And
That's arrogance.
this is what the Quran is saying. We're going to go
We've
around in
not
circles.
verified Islam
Is that
is true,
okay?
but you're asserting
I've given
that's
you the
arrogance.
evidence. But the thing is that we go around in circles.
Yeah,
is that
that's what
I've given
we're
you the
meant to do.
evidence. Is that if the Quran is divine? Why is number one, the Quran prophesies the future. It's been preserved.
Like
The Bible. I told you, we don't know where it came from. Do your research.
there are prophecies that
It
have
says
been
about a
fulfilled,
Trinity. Okay, the Bible.
Wait, okay,
The New
be honest, be
Testament-
honest. Has there been prophecies from the Bible that's been fulfilled and the Torah? Has there been fulfilled?
Which
Not
ones?
all. There'll be war. There'll be war and pestilence in the future. Jesus that prophesied. Has that happened? Is that happening today?
The
You see what's
point
happening
being
right now, right?
is that we would say that Jesus is a prophet.
Yeah.
Who was given revelation, and Moses. There is some truth in the Bible.
Great.
But then you're saying, but then you're saying that there again. But you have to agree that there has to be revelations from the Creator Himself for you to understand who the Creator is.
Has to. Who's making that has to?
You cannot pick
Who
and
says has
choose.
to?
It's because you cannot get to the Creator by yourself.
Which Creator?
That is
Your one.
that is arrogance. You have to go for the religion. You have to go through a religion. You have to go through a revelation. Yes, I've given you the evidences, but you've already come
Give
to a
me
point.
evidence of prophecy, and I've accepted it.
Yes.
You are right.
What is the
in
evidence?
prophecy. But you've not given me a prophecy that reveals the entity, this unlimited entity
Bro,
you
you know what?
subscribe
He's not all
to.
going in circles. He needs to see God, basically.
But the thing is, yeah, that's
That's a
it.
fair
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
so that is.
Why is that arrogance to see the Creator? You brought me here. Why is that arrogance that I want to see you? I have a lust to see you. Why is that arrogance?
But it's a pre-assumption
Yeah.
that you are worthy of seeing the Creator. Secondly, that you have rejected His prophets and messengers, and the signs around you are not enough. This is arrogance because you have your own criteria that is based upon your desire.
Right, because that's what I have here. That's
Okay,
all I
okay,
have.
sure.
So I believe because of the science, I don't reject the idea of an entity. I don't reject it. Because as you said, the summer, winter, it's too perfect, day and night.
Yeah,
Too perfect. It's been happening for millions of years. So for me, that denotes that there could be an entity.
So you're not even sure?
I'm not arrogant enough to say that it is. I'm not saying that because it's not being revealed to me. There are books with many claims. That's fine. I can't disprove or prove them. I don't have the power to do that. Again, we agreed that we're both limited. So that's why I have the Quran on my phone, the Torah, the Bible, and many other books. I read them, but I'm not telling you that I'm going to 100% subscribe to them. It's just
But
arrogant to do that.
You have to, okay, what I'll say to you, just to conclude, right,
Yeah.
is that you cannot have your own criteria. Allah is the Creator is the one that created everything. He sets the criteria. The Quran is saying that this world around you is enough evidence. We believe in Allah. We believe in Allah without seeing Him. This is the believer. The believer as a Muslim is number one. The Quran is the evidence for us. Reasoning is evidence for us. The Quran, the Hadith, and the Prophet ﷺ is an evidence for us. Yes. So we don't go around saying that I want to see the Creator. That is absolute arrogance. Yes.
That's fair for me.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So I should conclude. I will say to you, look into Islam.
I do.
Yes, and compare it to the Bible, right? Find that the Quran is compelling in its evidence.
I don't subscribe to any Abrahamic religion.
So what happens after you die then?
That's what we're yet to find out.
Okay, therefore you would never know.
I will know when I die, right?
Yes, and then there'll be hellfire for you.
That's your claim. That's fine.
There you go, bro. There'll be hellfire for you, man.
But these things, it don't really
Alhamdulillah,
worry me because it's also a claim. You've not even
I
seen
should be
hellfire.
very worried.
Have you seen it?
The Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ informed us about hellfire, right? The Quran, Allah Himself informed us about the hellfire, where the disbeliever.
I'll ask you to be mortal. Please be mortal with me, just for a second, right? Just put the text here.
Maybe go around in circles, man. Are you just speaking without
You're
guidance?
saying I'll go to hellfire.
Yes, yes.
Have you seen hellfire? Have you seen it?
I have revelation and the Quran
See,
and the Prophet
I've put the text here.
that I can verify. Where whatever I say to you, but you're not going to accept because you're worshipping your own desire. You're picking, choosing your morality, which is the worshipping your own desire.
Because morality changes all the time. I
You're
don't have
saying
the finite way of morality. I don't have it.
Yes.
So my morality can change tomorrow. You know that, right?
Yes.
I can
there
be
you go.
Muslim tomorrow.
Okay.
I can be Muslim. I can be Christian tomorrow. I could be atheist tomorrow. I don't know. My morality, which
you're not searching for the truth.
I'm humble enough to tell you that I could be Muslim tomorrow.
Okay, then
I could be a Christian tomorrow because my finite morality could change. It always changes. When I was 15, there was things that I don't apply to today as a 29-year-old man.
So that's desire, yes. So that's desire. I follow Quran and Sunnah. I believe Allah is the most wise. He's all knowing.
Believe.
Yes.
I'm glad you're using belief.
I know Allah is the all wise. Allah based upon the evidence of the Quran. Yes, our belief. I haven't seen Allah. I haven't seen hellfire. Haven't seen the angels.
Right, yeah.
I haven't. Allah promises about a day of judgment.
Yeah.
But the Quran, if it can be verified that it's the Quran has been verified. I give you the evidences. But you're too arrogant to accept it.
The truth is coming out of your mouth. But then when I highlight what you said, you change it again.
But you're rejecting it. I've given you the evidences, right? But even if you was ascending to heaven, okay, and you saw that you was ascending, the Quran says even if you was ascending towards heaven, that would not be enough for you. That would not be enough for you because you're following your desire. You just want your own criteria, and that can never ever be fulfilled because that's coming from a place of arrogance. We Muslims believe in Allah without seeing Him. We accept the Quran based upon the evidence which I've given you, and we're going around in circles. Yeah. And you are worshipping your own desire. Right?
Like you?
No, I'm not.
You are.
I pray 5 times a day in submission.
Your desire is to follow Islam. That's your desire.
No, based upon the evidence. I'm not following it because I cannot touch a woman. I cannot touch a woman.
You have to make a decision to follow Islam. Yes. You've made a decision to follow Islam.
I pray 5 times a day whether I like it or not.
That's your desire.
I don't eat pork whether I like it or not. He's Muslim. I'm Muslim. We don't follow Islam because it makes sense.
But you do have the right to leave Islam. Yes.
Yes, you can leave Islam.
You have right to apostate. Yeah,
then you go to hellfire.
So
Yes. The point that I'm making is that we follow Islam once we can verify the text. Yes, we follow Islam not based upon our logic and reasoning that we don't eat pork. We don't eat pork because Allah told us, and Allah is the all-knowing and all-wise. That's why we follow it. We give zakat because Allah told us. Yes, we fast in Ramadan because it pleases Allah. We do things to please Allah because He taught us what is good for us and bad for us. Yes, right. But you coming from a subjective viewpoint, you cannot ground your morals. That's it. Okay. I've given you the evidences.
We do it for the sake of Allah. We don't do it because we want to do it. We do it for Allah.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is your desire to follow Islam because it makes sense.
How does the Prophet Muhammad
Islam
know the
makes sense to you,
future?
yes? It makes sense to follow it. So that is your desire to follow this doctrine. That's your desire. The same way it's my desire to follow African spiritualism. That's what we do.
But you have absolutely no proof of that.
Like you.
How does the Prophet Muhammad know? Okay, how does the Prophet wait. Yes. How does the Prophet Muhammad know that the barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers would keep? if you're accepting it, the most smart and rational conclusion would be is to accept Islam, because the Prophet ﷺ cannot know this. He cannot know the barefooted Bedouin desert dwellers that they will compete in building tall buildings. Now the Quran, he's saying I'm a prophet. He's saying that if you don't accept my message, you go to the hellfire. He's saying that I've come for the whole of mankind, right? The Quran is saying he's come for the whole of mankind. Yes? And now the Quran is saying many things. It's saying that the Persians, that the Romans will defeat the Persians in a 3 to 9 year period. Yes? In a 3 to 9 year period, that the Romans would defeat the Persians, yes? Right? And this actually occurred. Right? In 624 CE, the Romans defeated the Persians, yes? Right? This actually occurred. The Quran makes a distinct prophecy about the future, and it came true. Yes? The pagan Arabs were laughing. Oh, how can the Romans that have been decimated by the Persians, and Hublus has taken over Antioch, Egypt, whatever, right? They had many losses, right? How can Heraclius, how can the Quran make such a prophecy? It is wrong. It has to be wrong, right? It has to be wrong. It has to be wrong, right? The Bible has false prophecies inside of it.
You said there's truth in there.
Okay, but that is only for. Jesus says, "I've only come for the lost sheep of Israel." Jesus says, "I have more to say to you, but you cannot bear them now." Yes. So Jesus is in the Quran, but the revelation given to him was only for those people at that time period. Now you have to follow Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in the Quran. Why? Because this is the final revelation. Yes, and the Quran is a miracle. If you don't follow the Quran, there is a hellfire. Yes, right.
The Bible is saying the same thing. The Bible is saying if I don't follow Jesus, I don't accept to be my savior, I'm going to hell.
So that is their claim.
Everyone's got claims. At the end of the day, I've done so many studies into all religions.
Okay, but
we're all making claims
but then you're saying
about things you already admitted on camera right here. We've got all the tapes. Can't go back.
I can't go back.
You said you haven't seen hellfire. You haven't seen it. It comes from the text.
But what was my answer?
I took the text.
President of America, will you believe it?
If you make that statement, that's your statement.
Yeah, so you won't believe it.
Yeah.
No, but
So you study.
Study. There has to be evidence for what you're saying, right? So we have evidence for Quran and Sunnah. We don't just follow our desire. Yeah?
Prophecy. You don't have evidence of Allah. That's what I want. That's the main thing.
I think, look, you're coming from a place of arrogance, I'll say to you.
Why is it arrogance?
I'll be honest with you.
That's I don't know if that's not arrogance.
If you don't know, then don't
humble.
speak.
But
if you don't know, I know, that's why I'm speaking.
Okay, do you know? Okay, now
I know.
let's take away the text. Show me, give me proof of Allah. Just give me proof.
Okay.
We'll go do Dawah tomorrow.
Okay. I'll give evidence.
Just give me proof.
Proof is
of Allah. That's it.
I'll give you
Outside
the
of text.
Okay.
Please.
I've given you evidence before, but you're not willing to accept it.
Give me evidence of prophecy. We're gonna keep going round.
Allah is one. Allah is one.
No problem.
قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. Allah is one, uniquely one. Right? One without a second.
I've got
How the birth. It's written in the Quran. For the
نطفة ثم السلام.
Akhi, if he said he has to see Allah,
yeah.
How does
in the Quran it says
the world became?
متكبرين, the one who go Jahannam. Yeah, this is what it's saying. Yes.
even ظلم الشرهم في أدنى الأرض.
I told him this. I told him everything. But he's saying, I want to see Allah.
I know.
Na'udhu billah.
I know. Yeah. I've studied it.
Then this is Jahannam khalidina fiha abada. This is what the people of Jahannam will say. Yes? Okay.
Again, I'll tell you, I don't know. I wasn't there. So I can only tell you what I know.
But you want to speak to him?
I don't guess and say Allah. It's a
speak to
guess.
him?
Yes.
I'm not knowledgeable, but I'm just trying to give him da'wah, basically.
I believe.
Like if someone's arrogant, I can't do anything, man.
But
If
I
someone
don't
says
know.
I don't believe it, I want to.
But I don't know for sure. Like, I know my mother.
Do you know that you
I don't need
exist?
to believe in my mother, do I? Like you know your mother and father exist. You know it, yeah? You don't need to believe. You know. I don't know that Allah exists. I believe it.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi
But I
raji'un.
don't know. I'm just being honest.
So you
But
think that
you're
he
gonna lie and say you
but
know
that
it
you're
exists, and you haven't
contradicting
seen it.
yourself. You know that he exists, but I don't know. That's a contradiction. If you know something, then that comes from knowledge. Knowing comes from knowledge, yes.
There's too many faiths in the world. No, I
doesn't-
need Allah to reveal Himself to me. And
Anyway, alhamdulillah.
I swear to you, I'll go to a masjid with you next
Alhamdulillah, this person,
I'll
alhamdulillah,
go.
you know, he
If
says he wants to
Allah reveals himself
see
to me, I'll go
Allah.
to the masjid.
So he's saying that he wants to see Allah, and this is a place of arrogance. It means that if you present him with all the evidences, he would not accept, because he has a nafsi evidence. That nafsi evidence is based upon desire. And hawa, that he wants to see Allah Azza wa Jal, and this is a place of arrogance. Therefore, you cannot convince someone. Give him all the evidences and these things. He said morality is subjective. That therefore there's no morality. Yeah, alhamdulillah, may Allah accept, may Allah forgive us for our shortcomings. Ameen. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us and guide us all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.